Start in 3 more minutes. Two more minutes. One more minute.
Net Credit is here to say yes to a personal loan or line of credit when other lenders say no.
All right, this is Stalking Energy Part 3, I think. There's a lot of parts to this, but I think it's Part 3. I don't know. It might be Part 4. I don't know. But I'm going to be sharing a 4-layer dream that I had on last night. This word is really, really heavy because of what I've been seeing and stuff. So my dream life has spiced back up. And it is called two-sided traps with interactions and interfering. A lot of people are coming to interfere and they're coming to interact. So I'm here warning, delivering out of obedience to help you understand the stalking energy that comes into this arena. So before I get into these trends, I'm just going to flow into some notes, and then I'm going to be sharing some statuses as well. Hey, Tyrone White, thank you for joining me. So when there's a two-sided trap of interaction and interfering, that means that there is a feedback loop of where the action is on one side of the system. What does that mean? If somebody is doing something shady to you, or they are not cooperating, or they're trying to make a decision off some results or something, they're going to be two-sided. It's going to be a two-sided trap, meaning if you got something, I'm just going to do a demonstration. I got my hands together, so you see the back of my hands. So we just going to pretend like this is a two-sided trap. So either way, if my hand come apart, and if it come apart on this end, there's still a interaction and a interfering. Depends on what they're trying to trap you in. So something can look like it's put together, but then when they come apart, you see the other side of both sides, if that makes any sense. So people are coming to interfere and trigger with communication. They are coming to interfere with negative cycles They're coming to interfere with blind spots. I'm going to say it again. They're coming to interfere with negative cycles. They're coming to interfere with blind spots. And they're coming to interfere with communication. So these are two-sided traps that is coming in stalking energy. I've been talking about stalking energy for it's been like a month now. And so it's a lot of more parts that goes to this. But we're specifically talking about the stalking energy of how people are trying to harm you. Because you do have the stalking energy where people exploit an obsession. It's something that I've been talking about as well. But we also know that stalking energy comes in the well, people wants to harm you, and they get a thrill out of harming you or trying to harm you or whatever the case may be. So let's get into these dreams. This stuff is really, really heavy. It's real heavy. So the first dream just blew me out the park. The first part of the dream. This was a college. I don't know. I can tell you right now it was a university because of how big the college was. It was really, really big. So I knew that it was a university. A JUCO ain't big like a university. And so it was a college. And I'm going to describe it just like I saw it. It was a college. It had like the old time poles and stuff. It almost looked like the White House, but it wouldn't. And so it had the old time poles. It had bricks, all that stuff. It was kind of like whitish, beige looking type material on the outside. But somehow the dream switched and it was like we was going into the parking lot. We wasn't driving or anything, but the people that was with me, we was walking into a parking lot, like going to the other side. So when we was going into the other side, we saw all of these nets. Now this brought me back to a dream. I don't know if y'all remember where I had the dream where I saw all these locusts and stuff. I had read I think it was Joel 2. I believe if my memory serves me correct, I'm not sure. But I read that scripture and all of it. Nets was everywhere. And I was like, I'm not finna go into this part of the college because it's nets everywhere. I ain't gonna lie, I was scared. So somebody behind me said, you got to go in there because we got to see what's going on in the other building. So we had to put on these somehow these little jacket things appeared. I don't know where they came from, but they appeared on us to cover us while we went into the other part of the college. When we got in there, well, I can't make this stuff up, y'all. When we got up in there, it was dead dolls, moving dolls, dead people, and there was some dolls too. And I was like, what the world is going on up in here? So it was some dolls and it was some moving dolls as well. This brought me back to that word I put out about the mannequin. I know y'all remember that dream. Well, I saw all of these mannequins, and the mannequins had on different clothes and all that. So it was a real deep word. But it brought me back to that I think I went live. I'm not sure. I think I made a video or something. But I was talking about mannequins and all the spirits and stuff. It was really deep. It brought me back to that. But what caught my attention, one of the dolls' hand was doing this. So I was like, y'all see that? And then when I said y'all see that, the hand stopped moving. So the stalking energy with that is with death. Now I've been talking about this as well, but this was on a different level. And it's going to be concerning college because this is where it worked. So the nets, this is a two-sided trap. The nets was indicating that it is a interference and it is a interaction in this part of the parking lot. So we had to go in there in order to see what it was that was going on. because I didn't want to go. I mean, if y'all would have saw all the nets, I mean, the nets was just everywhere. You couldn't even see what was going on in that part of the building or nothing. It's like the nets was protecting, or the nets were covering, so nobody want to get up in there. It was like that. But them some type of things, like I said, some type of covering came out of nowhere, and we was able to go in there to see that. Now on the spiritual side, when you seeing dolls, I don't care if it's a Buddha doll, I don't care if it's a statue, I don't care if it's a Barbie doll, I don't care if it's a mannequin, I don't care what type of doll it is. It is spirits that flows into these dolls, which is called stalking energy. And a lot of people don't believe this stuff. And you gonna call me crazy, because y'all do that anyways. But you gonna call me crazy, be like, what, that don't make any sense? It does. When people have those Buddhas and their barber shops and their nail shops, spirits are wrapped around in those dolls. They dead, but it's spirits and rituals and things that flows into that type of stuff. So when you go into these nail shops, you really want to be careful when you go into this type of stuff, because you don't know what type of spirit is serving that dead statue, doll, whatever. But this was specifically in a college. It was a university. Don't know what university it was, but we was on a college campus. But the moving doll stopped moving the hand once I said, y'all saw that? So the two-sided trap of that is interfering. So there's going to be a cross side with spirits. I need y'all to catch this spiritually on these colleges. And that's why you're seeing so many gun shooters and active shooters and all of this, because somebody somewhere is practicing witchcraft on these campuses. So it's a lot of harm. I'm telling y'all, I feel this stuff. It's a lot of harm. It's a lot of altering that is coming to take out young men and young women. What you have been seeing is mostly young men get killed. 18 years old, 19, 14, 13. They haven't even made it to college yet. They ain't even got out of high school yet. So the target is the young men. It's not men and women that is getting killed. But every time you look or see something on social media, or you see something on the news, a young man that got shot, 25, somebody that got killed, or it's a little boy, it's always targeting the men. And prayer really need to go up for the men. I'm not excluding the women, but I'm just telling you what the Holy Spirit told me. Prayer need to go up for men. If you got men in your family, if you got a nephew, if you got an uncle, if you got a daddy, whatever, the interference is going to come through death. You're already seeing this stuff. It's a two-sided trap. So once they cross side, once they cross over, once they get in the motion of, I'm transitioning from high school to college, or I'm transitioning from college to the career, all of that. A lot of people are not even making it off these college campuses. So you have to pray for your son. If your son go to college, or these babies up, keep these babies covered under the blood of Jesus, because it's a stalking energy with witchcraft. And witchcraft is running heavily on these colleges. It's so many different denominations. It's so many different practices. It's so many different everything. So when they go off to college, they know Jesus. But sometimes when they come back, they done got persuaded into something else. So they ain't talking Jesus no more. They talking other stuff like, where you learned that from? Where you get that from? Who taught you that? Because of what is being placed on those campuses. When you put those babies in them dorms, y'all need to order them dorms up, especially if your kids is living. I don't know why God got me all the way out here. But if your child, whether it's a girl or a boy, if your child is living on campus, y'all need to pray those dorms out because you don't know what's, Lord have mercy, you don't know what spirit was interfering before that child got there. You don't know what spirit has been lingering over the summer, over the fall, whenever school was started. Somebody could have had a suicide spirit, a murdering spirit on them. Somebody could have had some type of depression spirit. Don't just move those babies in them dorms. Clean it, Lysol it. I mean, whatever you need to do, so it won't be no interference, because those spirits, if you look at it, it was dead dolls and it was dead people. I'm telling y'all what I saw. It was dead people, it was dead dolls, and it was a doll moving her hand. And I said, y'all saw that? And when I said that, the doll stopped moving the hand. So the interference and the interaction is that there's a two-sided trap with depth. I know y'all be wanting to hear this type of stuff, but I'm here delivering out of obedience. So there's a stalking energy with depth. I spoke about this before. So you got to understand that if your child is on the college campus, if they stand, or even if they ain't stand, if they commune, you still need to pray because of what's lingering. Lord have mercy. Whoo! All right, layer 2. Okay. Something. Okay, let me see right here. Hey, Derek, thank you for joining me. Hey, Susan Monshea, thank you for joining me. All right. Okay. The second layer. I'm trying to. Okay. I don't know how to get this crossed up. Okay, these two right here. This dream don't even go with these. It's something else. I don't know how to get that crossed up. But 2, I saw hidden keys. This is what I saw. And it was another college campus, but this was a different college campus. I saw hidden keys, and people was locking people out of space. And then it was like college again. And I had to go get somebody that I knew from college. It was crazy. When I came into the place, it was like, it wasn't a dormitory, because on some campuses they have houses, and they have apartments. So you're not, it's like you living, like regular living. It was an apartment, and the keys that I was looking for to use, they was hidden in this apartment. So I was like, this girl done sent me to this apartment, but I don't see the keys. I was confused. So I'm studying, searching, and something said, look over in the corner. Somebody had threw the keys over in the corner, so that means that they didn't want that person to go anywhere. Stalking energy. Now, who is this person? I don't know. But they didn't want the person to go anywhere. So they hid the keys in this certain spot in this place. Remind you, we still, this is another scene, but it's a different college. So it's going to be stalking energy on these college campuses. You better be careful if you're in college, if your children go to college, whatever. You want to be careful, because it's an obsession that's going to come for somebody. And it ain't got nothing to do with the opposite gender. It can be a woman obsessing over a woman, or a man obsessing over a man. That stuff get crazy. However, this person hid the keys because this person didn't want this person to get out of their sight. So this is why I get into those two-sided trap of interaction. I talked about interfering. You got to be visible to the blind spots. Man, you got to observe. You can't misread what people are saying by body language, because there's a interaction. The visibility in the blind spot is to, okay, I'm gonna cause friction on purpose. I'm gonna act like, I don't want them here, but I'm going to hide their things. That type of stuff. So it brings me back to what I talked about: the negative cycles, the blind spots, the communication. Somebody somewhere on a college campus, this was a whole different scene, is either going to be in a relationship with someone, whether it's woman and woman, man or man, or the opposite. And they're going to form an obsession and start stalking everything that they're doing. Placing tags and things, those car tag things, air tags under their cars, all that stuff. They'll be doing everything to keep up with them. But you can't be visible to the blind spots of what people are doing. Now, when I woke up from a dream, I'm like, okay. Now, why the person is hiding the keys? It ain't make sense till it get to the fourth part. That's when it get interesting. Now, when you dream, you're going to have different scenes. And that whatever scene you start off with is going to layer out into something that go right back to what it was that you saw at first, but it's going to tie in. However, when I woke up, I was like, okay, well, if this person hiding keys, what's the interpretation? Why is this person doing this? It's going to make sense in a few minutes. The two-sided trap of interaction is to interfere with the person's future. It's to interfere with the person's success. It's to misinterpret that if I trap this person by communication, by blind spots, and by negative cycles, they ain't gonna get to where they need to go. So you say, I send my child off to college, and they done start slacking. They ain't even doing what they supposed to do. They grades failing. They ain't even focused. It could be the people that they are around. It could be the manifestation, and it brings me back to the first part, witchcraft. It can be the manifestation of witchcraft. Once a person get in your presence and they see, okay, ooh, I like this person's energy. Because they observe. When you in a dorm room, that's if you partner with somebody. When I first went to college, when I first started off, it was in 2012. My best friend and I, we was dorm mates. We wasn't getting in no dorm with nobody we didn't know, so we was going to school for the same thing. So we got a room together. So the law was we weren't getting in the room with nobody we didn't know. I'm making a point. Although these people are from whatever, wherever they from whatever. We gonna meet people, of course, on college. College is just the best thing that you can ever experience because you meet all different types of people. It's just college is a whole vibe. But you also got to have sense and wisdom and knowledge while you're living on campus. So we lived on campus. However, when you're in those dorms and you're moving in, you meet all different types of people. But if you're moving in with somebody that you don't know their spirit. I hope y'all catching this. I knew my best friend's spirit. I knew what she was about because we've been best friends for years and years and years and years. So I already knew how she was coming. But if you get in a dorm with somebody that's from another town, another territory, ain't from your city, you got to deal with those demons. You don't know what they're practicing. You don't know what they coming up out of. All you know is, this is my new roommate, and they from such and such, and you got to introduce yourself. Me and my best friend didn't have to introduce ourselves. We got in there laid back and just doing what we want to do. However, you be on pins and needles when you're in a room with somebody that you don't know. So now you got to warm up to this person. We're still talking about interfering and interaction. Now you got to get to know each other. So this person is studying everything that you, oh yeah, they parents bring them food and they keep tissue and they keep all that. They watching all that. So you know they finna prey on you. Especially if they ain't from there. Especially if they ain't from there. They finna prey on you. Oh, can I borrow this? You know, I didn't have, they gonna start lying and everything. All making a point. They gonna start lying and everything. Well, you know, I couldn't bring no tissue from home. Or, you know, I couldn't bring no food and I ain't had no money. You gonna share. Because that's the type of person that you is. You gonna share. So, they start manifesting. Oh, this person got good energy. They sweet. They nice. They'll never tell me no. The cycle of misinterpreting the communication is to form in witchcraft. So I'm like, God, okay. Make it make sense. Because I'm trying to see why this person hid this person keys. But it didn't make sense until I got to layer 4. So I've been in God's presence all day with this drink. Because I ain't going to lie, I ain't want to get on here. I'm just telling you, I'm just being honest. I'm like, God, please. I just want to do couch therapy. I want to get on here and do this. I don't want to talk about this stuff. But this where I'm talking about, this dream so heavy, man. This stuff is insane, yo. This stuff is insane. But I was going to get the person. I was rescuing the person. Not knowing that I was rescuing the person until it got to the end. Now, this is where I go to layer 3, which get very, very interesting. Somehow, man, this stuff was crazy, y'all. We was on a college campus again. These were 3 different college campuses. But, Lord have mercy. On the pavement. It was a whole cemetery on the pavement. And I'm looking like, what the world is this? You... I just wish I would be a fly on the wall when I'm dreaming. I'm like, what the world is going on, man? You had to drive on the in order to get wherever you need to go. You had to drive on the cemetery, like I saw a tombstone, and I'm gonna read my poem Falling in Tombstones too, because I thought he wanted me to read that with this, but it's gonna be different. But it was a tombstone, and I couldn't hardly see the name, but I saw SK. That's all I saw. And I'm studying white because I'm trying to see like, well, what this say. I know it ain't my name. That's what I'm saying. So I'm studying wiping. And then as I wipe, I see it. I was like, oh, okay, it ain't my name. It's somebody else. But I was studying wiping because I'm trying to see like, what the world is going on? So my daughter, my oldest daughter, she was with me. She was like, Mom, look at the clouds. So I'm looking at the clouds. Man, I can't make this stuff up, y'all. I'm looking at the clouds. The clouds were so great. I'm just gonna give it to you like I saw it. The clouds were so great, and then they open, and dead people were falling out the sky. Man, I can't make this stuff up, y'all. I can't make it up. And that was falling in the cemetery. I'm telling you, I gotta be more deaths than you can fathom. I'm just telling y'all what I saw. And it's gonna be on college campuses, because that's what I saw. All 3 times. Man. Whew, Lord have mercy. Well, you can't make this stuff up. Dead people was falling. I'm talking about the sky was gray. Dead people was falling on the college campus. It was like, yeah, I'm like, what the world is going on? And they just was falling in the ground. So the sky shut up. I'm telling you what I saw last night. The sky shut up. And then this guy was showing me his mom's tombstone. And I have never seen the guy, damn, my life don't know it from a can of paint, but I was ministering to this guy. The guy had just lost his mom. So with that, when you're losing people, just like I said, I have never went through no stuff like this with my mom passing and all that. But I can see now God's going to have me minister to people because that's what I was doing in the dream. He had just lost his mom and he was going off to college. Once the sky shut up, the dream switched and it went to his mom's tombstone. It went to a regular grave. I'm telling y'all, I'm getting chills, y'all. Boy, death gonna be crazy around here. Man, you better get to praying every chance that you get to cover yourself. But he came and he was showing me my mom. I mean, not my mom. He was showing me his mom's tombstone. And he said, I just can't understand. He was pointing at the tombstone and everything. Like he was like, she ain't here to see me in college. And she ain't here to see me excel. And all of that. Boy, me and my daughter, we were bawling. We were crying. So the interaction and the interference with this going to be mental health, where people are not going to, it's like they gonna go off to college and do great things, but it's always going to be an interaction and an interference in their mind, because they're reminded that, you know, the people that I love ain't here to see me walk across the stage. The people that I love ain't here to see me do all of this. So their mental health is going to be in a screen. And it's going to be a two-sided trap. Should I live or should I die? It's going to be like that. And when you're losing your mom, that stuff don't feel good. I won't wish that pain on nobody. On nowadays. It doesn't feel good. So people are going to go through mental strains in their brain and their head because they trying to focus on school. You know, they trying to focus and, you know, make a living and all of that, but they got something swimming in their head that, you know, my mom ain't never coming back. That boy kept pointing at that tombstone and I could relate. So he was like, she ain't here to see what I'm going to accomplish. Now I looked at this in both arenas, because your mom can be here and they absent, but your mom can be dead and absent as well. Many of your mom have never been there for you. Many of your mom haven't really been there. Now me and my mom, we didn't have a close-knitted relationship like that. But anytime I did something, she made sure she celebrated me. So, high school graduation, me graduate from college, whatever it was, she was present. But some moms doesn't be there for their children while they're alive. And so they have to suffer and go through those things. And yes, I grew up motherless and fatherless. I didn't find out who my real daddy was until I was 20 years old. So when I was little, my mom dropped me off and went and lived her life. But I always think, even when my mom's out, I would always think, I'd be like, thank you, Mom, for dropping me off. Because it could have been the other way. I could have been out with her. I could have been doing something, everything. But she chose, that was her way of saying, I love this baby. So I'm going to set this baby free. Now, people don't look at it that way. They don't look at it that way. They look at it as, oh, well, you know, my mom gave me up and all that stuff. And I ain't going to lie, I was feeling salty. But I forgave my mom at the age of 16. If I wouldn't have forgave that woman, I probably would have been in the casket with her. I'm just being honest. If I would have not forgave her, because that stuff would have ate me alive. But I had peace knowing that I forgave my mom for dropping me off. But I also thanked her because I want to be where I am today. She protected my destiny. She protected my purpose. She protected where she knew I was going to be. But the enemy wanted to, God shifted me. He got me on here testifying now. The enemy wanted to take me out in her womb. The enemy already had it out for me in the womb. The enemy already knew that it was a prophet being born in her womb. So the devil tried to take me out at birth. So she had to give me up so I could be where I am. Now, most people will say, well, you know, I'll be mad at my mama because she gave me up and somebody else had to raise me. Yeah, I was salty about it. I ain't gonna lie, I was. But when I look and think about it, I be like, man, that woman saved my life. Because it could have been the other way around. I could have got kidnapped while being with her. I could have been selling my body and all types of stuff. But it didn't go that way. But when you got purpose, the enemy try to kill you in the womb before you even get here. Because your womb, when you're in your mom's womb, your mom is making declarations concerning you while you in there. I put up a post, I think it was a month ago, and I was talking about when the lady had asked me about my mom. And I just went into, it's like I was stuck. And she was like, you know, your name is so pretty, like, and it's spelled different. It's like, it sounds like your name got purpose and all that. And she was like, well, if you don't mind me asking, you know, who named you? And I got stuck because, you know, I'm still grieving. But I was like, my mom named me. She named me off the soap off General Hospital. The doctor was named Sky. That's where my name came from. Y'all ain't ready. Y'all ain't ready. So in the womb, my mama had prophesied because she named me. It was a doctor in that hospital that was saving people's lives. Not knowing that I would be doing the same thing. So that stuff, it didn't make sense then. But it surely make a lot of sense now. So your name have purpose. That's why you can't name your children on anything. You can't name your children on anything because your name rings. And it got some type of purpose concerning your name. So in the womb, I was a foreman doctor. I'm a doctor in the making. I ain't got there yet. I'm almost there. I ain't got there yet. But my mom prophesied over my womb without even knowing it. She was pregnant. She told me I was pregnant. I was laying up there. And I was watching General Hospital. And I heard that name. And I said, that sounds good. I like that. And that's what she named me. So oftentimes when your mom give you up or your daddy, don't be salty about it. Just forgive them. Because when they leave this earth and you don't forgive them, I'm telling you, baby, you're going to be a weeping mess. And you're going to be want to go on that ground with them. Because that stuff going to eat you alive. But I thank God that I sat in my mom's lap. I never forget. And I cried and I cried and I told her I forgive her. I was in the 10th grade. I never forget. Was coming from cheerleader practice. I sat in her lap and told her I forgive her, and we hugged and she kissed me and all that. So in this dream, that guy didn't know what to do. He just kept saying, look, my mom, she ain't gonna be able to see me do anything. So somebody somewhere, your mama probably ain't dead. Like dead and ain't on earth anymore. But that woman probably dead in your life. You need to forgive her. Whoever you are, wherever you are. Whatever they did to you, you need to forgive them. Because when they leave this earth, I'm telling you, there ain't no going back. And you gonna be sorry for that you didn't forgive, because you being bitter about something that that you can handle. If you don't have a relationship with her, you better get close. Get close and start building. It's not going to be easy. So the interaction and the interference, and that is people's mental state is going to be insane. Because people are going to be dropping like flies. Woo! All right. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. All right. What layer I'm on? They're going on 3. I don't know. I done got sidetracked. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay, the last one. 4. I think this was something else. All right. Lord have mercy. The ex-lovers. The ex-lovers. The ex-lovers. Woo! The ex-lovers. The ex-lovers. Yes, that is love. It is love. Listen. These ex-lovers. If y'all would have seen this stuff, man. And then it switched back to, this stuff was crazy. All my ex-lovers was trying to kill me. Y'all can't make this stuff up, y'all. All of them was trying to kill me. And it was one that was trying to marry me. And then it was one that was trying to fight me. And then it was one that was spreading rumors about me. Them Negroes, man. Ooh, baby, this last one. Lord have mercy, y'all. This last one really, because the dream switched. But it seemed like this stuff was crazy, man. I mean, it seemed like it seemed like they got together and said, we finna get her. Y'all can saw them Negroes. I'm like, they big bad, ain't it? Man, all them trying to kill me. I'm laughing, but y'all, if y'all would have saw this stuff, boy, the stalking energy is really going on. It's a lot of hurt people. That's a lot of hurt people. But we go unpack the ex-lovers that tried to kill me. One of them had a bat. One of them had a bat. 2 of them had a chain. I'm talking, they finna take me up out here. And one of them had a knife. And I'm like, what the world is going on, baby? These Negroes is upset in all caps. So I'm like, God, okay. What's going on, man? So these ex-lovers that trying to kill me, I think they heartbroken still. I don't know what's going on. But they want to take me up out of here. And I ain't gonna call y'all names. But I got an eye out for y'all. I'm looking out for y'all. But them Negroes tried to kill me. I mean, it's like that was rushing and trying to bomb rush me, trying to knock me down. And then it's like it was so much force, but they couldn't do anything. They couldn't do anything. It seemed like every time they try to reach, they'll get stuck. Now, what's the interpretation in that? I can't be touched. So if you come and try to do something you ain't got no business, God gonna handle you real good. But the interference and the interaction with that two-sided trap. When these Negroes is coming back, don't take them back. Do not take them back. They don't try to kill you. And it might be natural, but it's more so spiritual on my end. But the ex-lovers are going to try to take you out in a certain arena and certain phase. So you want to be careful when people are doing these things. Because they can act like, I want to get back with you. But they want to get revenge. Because what these ex-lovers want to do in the first part of this dream. They want to get revenge. Pride, because they can't have me no more. Oh, she done got saved now. And, she living for the Lord. People be getting mad about stuff like that. And watching everything that you do. So, it's not so more so that, I want to get back with her and just to love her. No, they got a plot and they got a plan. So, they gonna come and try to kill you spiritually or naturally. So, don't be so quick when they trying to give you gifts and they want to pour their hearts out and they want to do this. That stuff, you're going to really have to really seek the Father about these ex-lovers. Now, sometimes God will reconcile. He will. But this is a warning dream. And it wasn't nothing good about what was going on in this last layer. Them Negroes already know how I'm coming. So I know why they all want me back. So, the ex-lovers are going to try. One had a bat. Two of them had 2 chains, and one of them had a knife. And they was after me. But every time they try to do something, they'll pause. They couldn't go no further. So, people are going to come. They're going to try you. They're going to test your gangster. They're going to act like they still in love with you. They'll be lying. They'll be doing all types of stuff. Woo! They'll be doing all types of stuff. This ties in with the post that I posted this morning. I gotta get up off it. I gotta get back on here later for couch stubbing. Y'all gonna see me 3 times tomorrow. I'm going out with a bang and then I'm getting ghosts. When a man tells you the truth, it's up to you to make the choice. When they lie and God intervene with a warning, my friend, you don't have a choice. Being honest is and have always been my portion. Every time a person lie to me or even tell half of the truth, God give me a dream because it's not 100%. It's fabricated. Lies are getting exposed through your dream life. People are switching up on you. Their words are changing. Their actions is flipping. And the way one move is snakish. It's a lot going on in the spiritual realm. I was talking about this dream. So, when a man tell you the truth, it is up to you to make the choice. We're still talking about stalking energy. When a man is telling you the truth, it's up to you to make the choice. If I want to flow with this truth, or I'm finna go on about my business. But when they lie and God intervenes, that's a warning. Not only is a warning, it's a red flag for you to get on out the way. Now, if any one of these Negroes come up to me right now, and I let them back in my life, they don't try to kill me. So why would I do that? That'll be dumb on my end. Because warning comes before destruction. And I'm still saying, well, God, why these men trying to kill me? This is crazy. What have I done? Or what am I not done? But when a man tell you the truth, it is your choice to stick with that man or it's your choice to walk away. But when they lie, you don't have no option. You don't have no choice because God is warning you through a dream. So when they be doing all that lying, I like, bro, you don't have to tell the truth. Because if you don't tell the truth, God gonna give me a drink. And you're sure enough gonna be salty. Your mouth gonna be wide open. Why don't you just tell the truth? But no, they don't want to tell the truth. They want to keep on lying and lie. Okay, just keep on lying. Go ahead. What other lie you want to tell? Because when God get finished with you, you gonna go on and get out of my face. You gonna block me. Probably after the second drink. Probably not even the second one, the first one. And that's how it normally happens. Because people think I'm something to play with. I'm nothing to be played with in the spiritual realm. So, they're not going to tell the truth 100%. It's going to be fabricated. That is an interaction and an interference. When people are doing these things. The more you lie, the more God's going to show you in the dream. Y'all be seeing it. That's why I screenshot stuff. To let y'all know. I ain't nothing to be played with. Every time you lie, God gonna give me a drink. Why don't you just tell the truth so he won't give me no drink? So everything about this person is going to change. They're going to switch up on you. They're going to be leaving you on read. All types of stuff. Their word going to be changed. They're going to be dry. The action's going to flip. They're going to be like, ooh, you know I love you. And I like you. Then the next minute, they're going to be talking about you like a dog. Why? Because it was fabricated. It wasn't real. So if I let these Negroes back in my life, in which I'm not doing, they don't try to hurt me. Because I saw it in the drink. All right, the other one, I got to get up off here. The one that's trying to marry me. This Negro want to marry me for the wrong reasons. So no, ain't no marry me because I know why you want to marry me. And if I was to text him and say, well, you know, I saw you trying to marry me in the dream and tell him what he want to marry me for, he gonna do is lie. So I ain't even finna do that. So when people are trying to marry you, stalking energy again. Interaction and interference. Trying to marry you for your money, for your body, for your image. Oh, so they ain't married for love. People don't marry for love nowadays. They marry because of what they see. They see the oil on your life. They see the anointing. They see that you're gold driven. They marry you for that because they want to come up off you. But the devil is a lie. You want to come up off me? So these are things that people would do. This is why I'm moving to the other stats. If I can keep it 100 like I always do, a man studies your posts, your pictures, and approach that way. When there's nothing to see, they ask for the phone number. I keep people swimming. It's hard to find me and keep up with me. I am the mystery that you will have to search for, and looking for me on social media is the first wrong move. Don't come on social media looking trying to find out my person like a baby. You're gonna be swimming in here. All I post is videos and pictures, and I'm finna stop posting pictures because people don't act right. I'm finna stop posting pictures. Ain't no pictures finna be nowhere on my profile or nothing. You're gonna be sick because you ain't gonna have nothing to look at. So you better enjoy the ride. However, it's hard to find me and keep up with me. So they're searching and looking on social media and trying to study your posts and your pictures to approach you a certain way. You can't approach me a certain way because I'm always talking about Jesus and scratching people up. So I know you ain't going to come to me with that because ain't none of my personal life on here. So that is a two-sided trap. And then these women, you Lord have mercy. Y'all weak. Yeah, y'all fall for anything. They get in your inbox and telling you everything that you want to hear because you posting it. Oh, you know, I want a man that gonna do this. Y'all need to grow up. Oh, I want a man to do this. And I want him to do that. And this and that. And whatever else you talking about. And they get right in your inbox and fabricate. You ain't gonna never see me talking about what I want a man to do. Because you're gonna get this smoke every time messing with me. So, you're putting all this stuff on social media. Oh, I want a man to do this. And he, I want a 2-parent household and all that stuff. Then you end up getting pregnant, that nigga leave you. Y'all ain't ready. Stalking energy. You can get food on anybody else's watch, but baby, it sure won't be mine. So you need to be careful what you're posting on social media. You think, oh, this man sent from God, sent straight from hell. I ain't sent from no God, sent straight from hell. I'm talking about they be watching everything that you doing, studying your posts. This stuff real, man. Studying your posts, pictures, and approaching you in a certain way. That's what they do. Exactly, that's what they do. that's the mission to go, to get them out them panties. That's how it go. You can't play the player, but you surely go get played. That's the goal. That's why they lie. I ain't never seen nothing like it. Men can't stand because I give them exactly what they want. Baby, you don't even have to ask half of the time. I'm going to give you everything that you want. That's why I'm glad I'm saved. I'm glad I'm saved, because when I was out there, I was aggressive. Whatever you want, baby, I'm going to give it to you, so you can get out my face. But that's the mission and the goal. That's what they do. They play the role, act like they want to marry you, all types of stuff, just to get in your underwear. You ain't got to do all that. If you want sex, just say it. You ain't got to be lying to get what you want. Just tell the truth and bring me back to my post. Just tell the truth. Man, I just want to get down with you. Just be honest. You don't know what that woman gonna do. But then you be lying. Lying and lying and lying. And now you ain't getting nothing but some samples. Stalking energy. I'm telling you. Whew, this stuff crazy work. So y'all need to be careful. That's why that man trying to marry you. He ain't heard from no God. He ain't heard from God at all. He saw all that stuff on your post. Oh yeah, I want this to happen. And I want to have a house by this age. And I want to get married by this age. I'm telling you all, y'all talk too much. That's why you keep getting in the wrong relationships. I ain't here to judge. I'm here to bring awareness. Because I ain't gonna never get caught off guard. Men can't stand me. But that's neither here nor there. All right. The other one. Trying to fight me. Woo, child. That man try to fight me. I'm like, yo, what's wrong with you? It just, man, I'm telling you all. These men, they upset with me, baby. They upset. They upset. I don't know what's going on. I ain't gonna call y'all names. But this nigga gonna try to fight me. And I'm just like, okay, what's your malfunction? What you mad about? These men, they crazy, they Looney Tune. Crazy. You trying to fight me for what? So, you have to be careful with men like that. Because when they trying to fight you, that means that they've been abusive all along. And you probably wondering, like, well, why would they try to fight me? Or why would they try to cause me any harm after the fact? Well, baby, they been wanting to fight you. You just got away. God just removed you before they got to that point. You see how God be saving our lives? And we be burnt up about the connection. And saying, well, God, I can't be with this person. And then you see afterwards, that's why. But this Negro wanted to box me. So this is something he been wanting to do all along. And he ain't get a chance to do it. So when people can't have their way with you, they don't try to fight you. They don't try to fight you. And they gonna try. That's an interaction and a interference. All right. Had one spreading rumors about me. I said, like, man, yo, what I did to you for you to be spreading a rumor about me? You big man and little man. What the world is going on? Can't find nothing over, so you want to spread rumors about me. You mad. You mad. Because there'll never be anything else concerning us. Like, this stuff crazy, man. I ain't never seen nothing like it. Let me move along. Now, this is the other part that ties in with the hidden keys. So, it switched back to the place where the keys were. And it was a guy. But the guy, I don't know, it was so crazy. The guy was living with another girl. So I'm thinking maybe I'm thinking, okay, this man got a fetish for his roommate, college roommate, but he was living with another girl. So when the girl came into the dorm, not the dorm, in a little apartment, she was like, why is girl stuff up here? I thought you lived alone. I thought you got the place alone. So he couldn't lie because, well, he probably lied to the girl already, but he couldn't lie in her face saying that the girl's stuff was everywhere. So I'm thinking, okay, this man got a fetish for his roommate, but he's also in a relationship. Boy, them type of guys, you can't trust them. Because I believe if the dream have got any further, they probably would have been doing threesomes and orgies and all types of stuff. Because of the type of person that he were. But the girl didn't seem like she was mad. You know, she just was asking questions. So people all around here having open relationships. And sometimes people lie because of the things that they see. Now, this brings me back to love and hip hop. I don't even know why God got me all the way out here. Oh, Now, before I got saved, I was a love and hip hop junkie. Every season that they had, I was watching it. But it was the episode with Tierra Marie and Akbar. She knew that, you know, he had all those women. He had a girlfriend. He was married. He had a girlfriend. And she joined the club. You know, she got into it or whatever. It brought me back to that. Hey, Dime, thank you for joining me. So, it was one particular scene where y'all gonna have to go watch. I don't know what episode it is, but you gotta type it in. You gotta go watch it. But it was one particular scene. Her and her friend went to Akbar house. And the wife wanted to confront Tierra about her husband. But she already knew the arrangement. But see, Tierra was a threat to her. Because he would never leave her alone. Uh-oh. He would never leave her alone. It didn't matter who he messed with. He would never leave her alone. She understood the assignment. She used him for clout. She used him for a come up to get her music off the ground. He bought her a car. He bought her this, all that. Because he was the man that added value. Y'all gotta get this. Stalking energy. When a man see that, oh, I can add value to this woman, this woman, this woman, this woman, got lined up. They all in the same house. But she wasn't in the house with the girlfriend. Y'all ain't ready. And the wife, she wasn't in that. She had her own stuff. The wife wanted to beat her down. She wanted to fight her, and Tiara was so calm and cool and collective. Because why you doing all of this? This your husband. Uh-oh. This your arrangement. So she saw that girl as a threat. So back to the dream. She didn't know that he was in the room with somebody else. So he gained an obsession for this person. So people are in open relationships and they add in third party. And the third party is getting more attention than the woman that they with or the man that they with. And they say, well, what's so special about this girl? You won't leave her alone? What is it that she doing? Why I'm not getting the same treatment? Now the third party is getting main chick treatment and the one that's main getting side chick treatment. That's why you gotta be careful. That's why you gotta be careful. That stalking energy. That's why you need to stop humping on everybody. Because, baby, I'm telling you, you're going to hump on the wrong person and you're going to be stuck like Gorilla Glue. Keep playing. Because you don't know what value that person brings. So people have open relationships and y'all do what y'all want to do. Y'all grown. But that is dangerous. Because somebody going to get hurt. You done been with this man for 5+ years and then y'all done added a third party and he done fell in love with the third party. Ain't gonna leave that woman alone. Ain't gonna stop talking to her. And then plus you already know about the woman. So you sure enough ain't gonna leave her alone now. I'm finna get up off there. Cause y'all ain't ready, baby. I'm telling you all. Mistakes in the comes. Y'all ain't gonna be ready for that book, baby. Y'all ain't gonna be ready. You ain't gonna be ready. That's why you gotta stop. Because you don't know. Why in the world you in an open relationship anyways? That means you got some type of insecurities or something. Because I ain't been open with nobody. If you want to be with whoever you're gonna be with, go ahead. Go right along. Because I ain't sharing nobody. You got me messed up. Whoever you want to be with, go ahead and be with them. Ain't no open and poly and threesomes and all that foolishness. You can have all that stuff with somebody else. Because the show ain't going down with me. So, these women be knowing about these other women. But this stuff was crazy. That man hid this girl kids. But he also lied about not living in the place with having a roommate. And maybe I'm thinking, well, maybe he told her that, it was a man or something and he didn't expect her to pop up. Stuff like that. So he was probably, I'm coming up with all types of scenarios as God was giving me the interpretation. Well, maybe he gonna bring her over there when a girl is in class or when a girl is gone on the weekends. So it can seem, oh man, men, they crafty. And they think they smart. But, yeah, I'm going to bring my girlfriend over here when she gone or when she in class or when the holidays break so she can think and that, this is mine. But I got a roommate. The interaction And the interference, two-sided traps, stalking energy. I'm telling you all, people are looking for y'all. They looking for you. They sure enough looking for me, baby. I ain't lying, I got stalkers everywhere. I didn't post that for nothing. I posted because I do. Got some exes eating my stories up on Instagram. Man, where y'all come from? Yo. All in my stories on Instagram. I'm gonna start posting pictures. Then y'all gonna be sick in all caps. It's gonna be a while for I post pictures because that stuff, it bothers me. It really bothers me. I be trying to share my beauty with y'all. I be trying to post pictures and share my smile, but people get really, really crazy. They get real crazy. I'm finna stop posting pictures. This stuff, this stalking energy is really going on. It's going on. This stuff scary. So I don't like all the attention on me. I don't like attention on me at all. Now, I be glad when God tell me to shut up because I'm tired of talking. So I will see you guys later for couch therapy. I hope this word wasn't too deep for you. But I'm telling you all, God is exposing like it ain't nobody business. I mean, he just, he is really exposing. You got to pay attention to your surroundings and the way people are moving with you. Because it's a lot of two-sided stuff that is going on. You thinking they one way, but then they another way. You got to pay attention to this stuff. You got to open your eyes spiritually. That's it and that's all. So I will see you guys later. Y'all have a good day. Goodbye.